Hey guys, welcome to the Aganorsa Leaf YouTube channel. You guys might know me from my own channel, Mad Scientist of BBQ, but today I'm here to explore my passion for cigars, and what better place than the Aganorsa Leaf factory here in Esteli, Nicaragua. As you can see behind me, we have all different varieties of cigars, but these are all made with Nicaraguan tobacco. They're made at this factory. We want to show you the process of how they're bunched, how they're rolled, how they're wrapped, how they're aged, all that makes this spectacular handmade cigar something that people travel the world over just to taste. Here we are on the rolling room floor, and this is a part of the process of creating a cigar that's critically important, because if this process isn't done properly, the cigar doesn't smoke properly, you don't get the taste that you want, you don't get the burn that you want. All those characteristics that make a cigar consistent and palatable happen here. Of course, it's important how the seeds are planted and how the tobacco plant is grown, but this is where the rubber meets the road in terms of creating the product that we know as a premium handmade cigar. First, we have the buncher. The buncher takes the filler, which are going to be the primary component of the cigar. Most of the cigar is made of the filler. That's going to go in the center. It's going to be wrapped with a binder leaf. That binder leaf also imparts flavor, and then it's going to be put in a press. That press is then held for about an hour, and it moves on to the roller. These two work as a team. So one buncher works with one roller to create one cigar at a time. This process, this level of quality control, is what's necessary to make a premium cigar rather than something that you can make by a machine. Now, the job of the buncher is critically important because it's important for draw, having the right number of each kind of leaf to match the flavor profile of the blend, but you don't really see the work of the buncher. Whereas the work of the roller, putting the wrapper leaf on the outside, is something that everyone sees. That's the aesthetic appeal that draws you to a cigar that you maybe haven't smoked before, and it's your way to assess the cigar before you have a chance to taste it. These wrapper leaves are the finest leaves that grow on the tobacco plant. They have very few blemishes, they're rich in flavor, and they need great and consistent color. So what the roller does is pares away any parts of that leaf that aren't going to be suitable to be on the outside of a cigar. It's the roller's job to make sure that every cigar is beautiful. It's the buncher's job to make sure that all those flavors on the inside meld with the incredible flavor of the wrapper on the outside. To help me on my journey learning about how cigars are made, we have Fabien Ziegler from Aganorsa Leaf. Can you tell me about some of these cigars here? I've smoked a lot of them. That Connecticut wrapped cigar is my favorite Connecticut wrapped cigar in the entire world.
You have great taste, because that's the way I start every morning, is one of those Connecticut's. We're known for JFR. JFR is just for retailers. Now, the cool thing about our cigars is it's more about the aging of the leaves that we use for our different blends than the different tobaccos that we use. JFR tobacco is pretty much the same as validation tobacco, which is pretty much the same as aniversario tobacco, only the aging is a lot longer. JFR is 1 to 2 years, validation 3 to 4 years, all the way up to aniversario, which is 7 to 8 years. So as you know, aging just smooths things out and just takes it to the next level. So we're very, very proud. And Jeremy, we're thrilled for you to come to our factory, and let's go check it out.
Here we are in a room of pilones. These are humongous stacks of tobacco. They come in bunches of 50 leaves, and they're about the size of an SUV, and they weigh about 10,000 pounds.
The pilon is towards the beginning of the life cycle of a leaf. You have the leaves in the tobacco fields, they're taken off the stalk, then they're air dried in the air barns, and that takes about 45 days. After that, they're put in these bunches, and as you can see, there's different colors, and different colors means different primings. Viso, Ligero, Seco, but it burns all the imperfections. If you've ever smoked a cigar and the back of your throat starts burning, or you have like an ammonia-like feeling, that means that tobacco wasn't fermented properly or long enough. This is about 10,000 pounds, and the pressure of all these leaves in the middle gets very, very hot. So it gets about 110, 112 degrees. Within 48 hours, we deconstruct the pilon, and all the leaves on top then become on the bottom, all the leaves in the middle become on the outside, and so inverse, outverse, and we do this every 4 to 6 weeks. Our secret ingredient here at Aganorsa is time.
Okay.
Whereas other companies, their secret ingredient is water. To show the effect of how water is the arch enemy of tobacco, what happens in the shower? You're washing the oils and the smells off your skin. Anytime you introduce water to the tobacco leaf, which you're enjoying that cigar
a lot,
and all the flavors you're getting are from the oils on the leaves. So you don't want to do anything to take any of the oils off the leaves. The second thing is the water will heat the center of the pollen a lot higher. So other manufacturers, their fermentation process goes 9 to 12 months, and their pollen goes to about 125, 130 degrees. Our pollens never get that high. Every single oil that is on this leaf, we want you to enjoy. And that's the reason why our fermentation process is over 2 years old.
I can appreciate that because the style of barbecue that I do is low and slow. It's like you have the same mindset when it comes to your tobacco. I think it's working.
Every pollen has a chart, and the chart will tell you exactly where it is, when it was started, how many times it gets checked, every time it gets turned around, and the temperatures at any given time. Our factory, it works, is from like 7 to 4. But we have people in these pollens 24 hours a day because this is very critical. If a pollen gets too hot, instant combustion. Your tobacco starts burning, and the next thing you know, it jumps, and next thing you can lose this whole tobacco very, very fast. We take care of our tobacco takes care of us.
I don't think I've ever been around this much tobacco in my whole life. It's pretty awesome.
Well, wait, we have another room over there, we have another room over there, and then we have 6 other rooms over there, and this is only one building, so there's a little more tobacco.
Yeah, and you guys are, from my understanding, you guys are growing more tobacco in Nicaragua than anybody else.
That's right, we are the largest grower of tobacco in Nicaragua. The coolest thing is we're fully vertical, so we have the farms. We have the fermentation, we make our cigars. And because we have a lot of tobacco at any given steps, we never have to push it around. Other manufacturers who don't have a single yard of farm, they have to buy their tobacco, and in order for them to get the money back, they need to sell the cigars. We sell ourselves the cigars, but we have plenty of tobacco. So unlike other manufacturers which may run out of a specific tobacco for a specific blend, I'm sure you go to the store and then you see your favorite cigar or whatever is back ordered, and then you talk to the retailer, oh, it's back ordered, it's back ordered. Most likely it's back ordered because they ran out of that tobacco, and that manufacturer doesn't have the farms to that tobacco. So they're out there scrounging around to get more tobacco. We don't really have that problem because if we need more tobacco, we just go across to the next building and we just grab the tobacco. We have tobacco that's ready at any given time. Do you know the word that is the most used in the tobacco industry? It's the word limited. Limited, as a manufacturer, we love it. We slap limited on a box because we could charge $5 more, right?
Right.
But if you really think about it, and you being down there and seeing everything, every single tobacco is limited. Every year, there's only certain amount of tobacco is grown, hence only certain amount of tobacco being used. The key is in the master blender of your favorite company. Once we run out of a specific year's worth of tobacco, he needs to go around and get some of the other tobaccos to see what tobacco tastes identically. Now, It's impossible to have identical, but there's, I'll say, eerie similar. So the master blenders know exactly, and they do that by testing their palate, by smoking fumas, understanding what each leaf tastes like. You could have 8 lots, and the soil isn't necessarily identical in each lot, so you're going to get a little tweak here and there. That's one of the reasons why you may think a blend changes, but I believe the main reason why it changes is because your taste profile changes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You have your favorite cigar, but I'm sure you mix and match a different cigar once in a while, so your flavor profile changes. Everyone is on a cigar journey. At the beginning, you're either starting to smoke with mild cigars or sweet cigars,
right?
And then wherever you go, you're going to end up being at mild, you're going to go to medium, you're going to go to full. There's going to be some times now where, you know, your favorite cigar 5 years ago was a Connecticut. It was very creamy. It was very smooth. And now you smoke that same cigar and you're like, man, I need a little more oomph.
Right.
Because you've taken the next step in your cigar journey.
When I'm doing barbecue, I know when something's ready because I have a digital instant read thermometer. I poke it in. I'm like, oh, that's medium rare. It's done. How do you know when a pollen is ready?
It takes about 2 years, so minimum 2 years. Okay?
Minimum.
Minimum. So every 4 to 6 weeks, we're rotating our pollens. We have our group of guys who literally go in, they grab a leaf from this side, they roll a little fuma, and then they taste it. And then if they liked it, then they go to the other side and they do a little fuma and they taste it. And if both sides taste the same and it tastes ready, meaning there's no ammonia-like flavors or there's no harshness in the back of your throat, then they go, okay, ready, this pollen is ready. And then within the next couple days, that pollen gets deconstructed and the leaves move on to the next step.
One of the things you mentioned earlier was making fumas. And so is that a single leaf?
Literally
roll?
one leaf.
Gotcha.
They devein it. One side becomes the filler. One side becomes the wrapper. You're trying out each individual ingredient. Let's say you bake a cake, right? You know what eggs taste like. You know what sugar tastes like. You know what flour tastes like. And then you put it all together and you get this beautiful cake.
Yeah.
The fuma experience allows you to taste each individual ingredient, and then we slowly put them together. It's very easy for me to sell you a cigar. If you go to a cigar store, you're coming into the cigar store to buy a cigar. It's a lot harder for me to sell you a cigar that most likely you're going to enjoy. But by experiencing the fuma and trying out each individual ingredient, the final question is, which experience did you like the best? By telling me which experience you like the best, I could point you towards a specific cigar, a specific line that most likely you will enjoy. So I have a better chance of selling you a cigar that you're going to enjoy. You're going to put it in your daily smoke, weekly smoke, or yearly smoke with confidence.
All right, what's the next step in the process?
All right, so now we're going to go into the cool room.
Excellent.
You got your jacket? It's cold in there.
Well, it's been plenty hot here in Nicaragua, so I'm looking forward to the cool room.
Okay,
Check it
let's
out.
go.
The aroma in this room is absolutely spectacular. We have presumably thousands of cigars. We have the smell of some wood here. What are you doing in this room? Why do these cigars need to be in a cooling room?
There's 2 times when you could smoke a cigar and get the 100% what the master blender was looking for. Number 1 was right after it was rolled, okay? And then number 2 is after the cooling room. At Aganorsa, we put our cigars in the cooling room no less than 60 days. We were taught like the ways of the old Cubans, that have been doing things for about 350 years before they messed up things like the last 25 years. But we do it like the old ways, okay? It's very important because you have to think, when they're rolling the cigar is going to be a little humid, okay? And a humid cigar is going to burn a lot slower, and maybe it's going to run, or maybe it's not going to burn, and it's going to feel humidity in your mouth. So these cool rooms, as you could feel, it's a lot cooler. There's a lot less humidity in there. We're actually recalibrating the cigars, and we believe 60 days is the recalibrating period for our cigars for optimal flavor when you get them.
This Supreme Leaf that I'm holding in my hand right here,
Yep.
how long ago was the tobacco that makes up the cigar planted?
About 4 to 5 years ago, that tobacco was in the fields. It grows, that takes about 6 months. Then it gets air dried in the barns, that's about a month and a half. And then the fermentation.
The pilones.
So in the pilones. So they're in the pilones for 2 years. And then after the 2 years, some little guy named Jose smoked a little fuma and said, oh, this pilone is ready. So we took it aside and we put them in bales. And then that's where we age the tobacco in bales. 2 years after, probably October of last year, so October 25, is when we started rolling these cigars, because we're going to start selling these cigars, or they're going to hit the store end of February, early March 2026.
So the cooling room, it's, say some of the leaves are more moist, some of the leaves are drier, you're kind of equilibrating everything. It reaches an equilibrium where it's like, now it's just right, and then you box them up and ship them out.
Exactly. We're in this room over here.
Yeah?
I have a very good cigar for you.
Okay.
Here is the equivalent to 5 Toro cigars.
Wow.
This is the 10 by 100. There's 28 tobacco leaves in there. So when you're lighting this up, you're smoking it, it's going to take you 5 to 6 hours.
Wow.
Probably a great cigar while you're barbecuing. If you're slow cooking, whatever. You
have enough time.
Exactly. This is a cigar right there. But, right now, we don't really have too much time in the cool room because there's many other places in the factory to go visit. So we'll put this back, but you'll get one before.
Is that one of the JFR Lunatic line?
That is the JFR Lunatic 10 by 100.
Wow. So maybe you need to be a lunatic, but I'd be willing to try it out. As you guys can see, there is a lot of work that goes into creating premium handmade cigars. And I want to thank Fabien and Terrence for making it possible for me to go visit the Aganorsa Leaf Factory in Nicaragua. They're growing more tobacco than anybody else in the country, and it shows in the quality of tobacco that they put in their cigars. Right now, my favorite cigar is the Supreme Leaf. Every time I reach for one of those, I know I'm going to be satisfied. So whether you're smoking a Supreme Leaf, an Aniversario, or a Lunatic, you can be sure that there was a lot of effort that went into creating that cigar, from the hands that planted the seeds to the hands that harvested the tobacco, to the ones who dried it, who aged it and fermented it in the pilones, to the people who are bunching the tobacco, who are rolling the wrapper on the outside, to the ones who are packaging it. There's so much effort and attention that goes into each and every cigar that you can know that you're getting a premium product every time. And if you guys want to get more information about Aganorsa Leaf and their products, you can go to aganorsaleaf.com. We'll also include links to their social media pages. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you can get updates anytime Aganorsa is doing something new and exciting. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.